All right, if you're a YouTube creator, you totally know the feeling. You're just drowning in data, but you're thirsty for real answers that actually help you grow. Well, today, we're cutting through all that noise. We're going to focus on just 2 key metrics that give you a simple, powerful roadmap for growth. Okay, let's get right into it.
Have you ever opened your YouTube studio, looked at all the charts and numbers, and just felt that wave of anxiety? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. It's this wall of data, and while it's supposed to be helpful, for most of us, it's just overwhelming.
And let's be real, sometimes it just feels like this. Creator Nate Black really hits the nail on the head here, and it's a feeling that so many of us can relate to. But here's the good news. You absolutely do not need to understand every single number to succeed.
The key is to apply the 80-20 rule to your analytics. We're going to find that crucial 20% of metrics that are actually driving 80% of your channel's growth. We can forget about the rest, at least for now. This is all about working smarter, not harder.
And you know what? The solution is surprisingly simple. To really understand how your channel is doing and figure out what to do next, you only need to answer 2 basic questions. So let's tackle that first one.
So, question number 1, is your packaging working? Before anyone can even watch a single second of your video, they have to decide to click on it. This is all about your title and your thumbnail. Are they doing their job and earning that all-important first click?
And the metric that answers this question is your click-through rate, or CTR. It's a really simple percentage. Out of everyone YouTube shows your video to on their homepage or in search, how many of them actually click? Now, every niche is different, but for a lot of channels, anything in the 2 to 10% range is pretty solid. This is really the first test your video has to pass.
So, a high CTR is fantastic news. It's direct feedback from the audience that your packaging is working. It means your thumbnail was eye-catching, your title made them curious, and the topic was something they actually wanted to watch. You successfully got them in the door.
But you know, there's a little bit of nuance here. On the one hand, if you have a low CTR and low views, it's a pretty clear signal that your packaging, your title or your thumbnail is probably the problem. But what about that other scenario, a high CTR, but you're still not getting a ton of views? Well, that often means your packaging is great for your core audience, but the topic itself might be a little too niche for the wider audience that YouTube is trying to show it to. Okay, so you've got them in the door. You won the click. Awesome. But now for the second, and I'd argue even more important question. Does your content actually deliver? Once they start watching, are you keeping the promise that your title and thumbnail made? The metric for this is audience retention. This graph shows you, literally second by second, what percentage of your audience is still watching. This is the ultimate measure of whether your content is engaging and providing real value.
Creator Nate Black calls this the holy grail, and honestly, he's spot on. See, high audience retention sends the strongest possible signal to the YouTube algorithm that this is a good video. YouTube's whole goal is to keep people on the platform longer, and it will heavily promote videos that prove they can do exactly that.
So this is how you can actually read your own retention graph. First, look at the first 30 seconds. If you see a really steep drop-off, that means your intro or your hook needs work. Then look for your top moments. These are the golden nuggets, the parts you should try to do more of. Spikes are interesting too. They show where people rewatch something. And finally, dips. Well, dips show you exactly where you lost your audience.
Okay, so we know how to diagnose our videos, but the real magic happens when we use all this data to figure out what to make next. This is how you build a powerful, data-driven content strategy that actually works.
Educator Stephanie Cossie just nails it with this simple framework. Your analytics are basically a cheat sheet for what your audience wants more of. You just have to look in 2 places. Which of your videos are already performing well, and what are people literally typing into the search bar to find you?
So here's the game plan step by step. It's super simple. First, identify your top performing videos from the last month or so. Second, go into your analytics and look at the exact search terms people are using to find your channel. And finally, you just connect the dots. Make more of what's already working and create new videos that answer the questions people are already asking you.
And here's what this looks like in the real world. Let's say your top video was a tutorial from 2022. Well, boom, make an updated 2023 version. If you see a top search term is how to make reels with photos, that's your next video idea right there. Or maybe you find that a specific segment on camera settings had really high retention. Turn that one small part into its own deep dive video.
Okay, let's bring this all together into one simple framework. By focusing on just these key metrics, you can stop feeling so overwhelmed by all the data and actually start feeling empowered by it.
It all comes back to those two simple questions we started with. Is my packaging working? Check your click-through rate. Is my content delivering on its promise? Check your audience retention. That's it. If you can master these two, you have everything you need to guide your content strategy.
You know, maybe the most important mindset shift is this. Stop looking at your analytics like a report card on your past work. It's not a grade. Instead, think of it as a roadmap, one that's filled with clues showing you exactly where you should go next.
Ultimately, through every single click and every minute they choose to watch, your viewers are telling you exactly what they want to see from you. Your data is telling a story. The only question left is, are you listening?